Hi everybody, it's Veroosh. Welcome to my channel, and we're going to take a look at, we're going to do some snooping tonight. What you need to understand about them. I think people are trying to figure out others at this time a lot, so it's a good day for it. Hey? Hey girl, hey. So I wanted to do a little astrology in the beginning. Some of you guys really like it, but I do want to tell you that I have an astrology TikTok that's working really well for me in terms of astrology. I just like the format. I'm not getting views, it's not monetized, nothing like that. But it just is the medium through which I can kind of show you guys everything. And it's not too, like, it's tedious. It's taking up a lot of time to get used to, but it works for the astrology that I want to show you guys. So you don't have to get a TikTok. TikTok, from my observation, is extremely like, it drills information at you, which is not pleasurable for me at all. But the music part is great, and the video format is great. So you guys can check it out. If you don't, I'm a sensitive person. So for me, something that's throwing that much stuff at you all the time is like, it's very quickly overstimulates me. And so what I'm finding is that I use it through the web browser, and then I don't watch the videos, just the ones I want to see, which are mine, because when I'm working, I have to check my videos to make sure that they're okay, right? So go and catch it. I put a link to what I'm talking about today in the description, so you can check out my astrology there. And I'm supposed to post there every day, so hopefully you guys will like it. Okay, so today we're going to take a look, as I said, sorry, I'm a little bit spacey. What you need to understand about them. It's a love question, but if you're single like a Pringle, then just have somebody else in mind. But you're watching for your sun, moon, and rising. Have your idea about who you are watching for. But if you start watching and then it's like, no, spirit's telling me about my uncle or my funkle or somebody else, then just listen to it, you know? So that's how you enjoy my readings, not getting too clamped up with, you know, one idea or another. I want to show you guys this crystal too. I just pulled these out. That's why I have them out. But this one I got from my friend who's a Pisces, the Pisces friend that's the crystal dealer. Two friends, an Aquarius and a Pisces. They're both cuspers anyway. Wouldn't it be great? Like, which one of you guys are like an Aquarius Pisces cusp? I would kill for that transit. That's like, that's so gold. My moon is on that cusp almost, but I just wish I was born 3 or 4 hours later. That's all I'm saying. Okay. So anyway, this is something she called spiritual gangster, and this camera is not giving it justice, but it's like a pale blue green, almost like an aquamarine, but it's a totally different energy. And it's called a spiritual gangster. And so I like that vibe. It's like, it's a very, very intense crystal. And we had this big chat on TikTok about Moldavite, and people are like, they're like defending the Moldavite. But Moldavite isn't really a spiritual progress crystal. It's like a tangent. It's a tangent you go and take, and it messes things up, and yeah, you grow from it, but it's kind of like a parallel reality that we don't really need, in my opinion. This thing, though, this is gonna kick you in the ass, and I kind of pulled it out. I let my crystals come to me when, you know, they want to, and so this guy showed up. I'm like, oh, lessons in the spirit. So, you know, if you don't know what a spiritual gangster is, it just means someone who really, really, you know, allows the universe to serve it to them. So I don't know. And the transit I want to tell you guys about is kind of intense. So I wanted to show you guys today, and then we'll get into the reading. So if you're not interested in the astrology, just jump into the time cap you're interested in. Maybe at the end we can do a reading about this transit for everybody, like a collective. So let me show you something. Oh, shoot. Okay, hold on. Well, okay, never mind. You guys will have to pretend because I didn't set up the chart right. I was being a little bit, I don't know, too quick with it. So, something really cool is happening tomorrow that's not very common. So every single sign is ruled by a planet, right? And so every single sign has a ruler, and and there are three different signs that have an energetic modality. That modality is mutable, fixed, and cardinal. And this year, cardinal energy has been on high, especially because of Capricorn, but also because of this Aries transit. Mars in Aries has been in Aries for a long time because of the retrograde. And it's just been a lot, you know. And last year, we finished up this year with the North Node in Cancer. So it's just been a lot of cardinal vibes. But right now is something very special. We have Venus in Libra. Okay, she rules Libra. We have Saturn in Capricorn, and he rules Capricorn. We have Mars in Aries retrograde, and Mars is the ruler of Aries. And tomorrow, my dear friends, this chart is for 1 p.m. tomorrow. So literally by 2 p.m. Vancouver time, 5 p.m. Eastern, the moon will be entering into the sign of Cancer that it rules. And so what we've got here is like an energetic rulership cross. I don't even really know what to call it. But what the energy really entails is, I feel as though it's some kind of breakthrough. It's some kind of huge transformation. On TikTok, the word came out New World Order. And I'm not a truther, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I'm saying that this energy is quite lit. So don't think about it on the macro scale, like what's going on in the world, but also think about it in terms of your personal life. Over the next 2 days, from tomorrow the 4th until the 7th, the moon will be in Cancer, and it will complete this energy between all the cardinal signs. And so that's pretty lit, pretty intense energy. I think as the moon enters the higher degrees by about the 6th or the 7th, these oppositions will have a whole different thing to talk about. But I think overall, what we're looking at is some kind of portal that's allowing us to break through and all that. So I just wanted to point it out. And I'm going to do the reading that we set out to, but let's do a reading about this, an energy reading at the end. So if you are interested, you can just hop to the end of the video in the time cap. I'll provide it below, and then also watch my my astrology TikTok, because I'm going to post about it there. And then the other thing that I'm going to post in a couple days is this. So once the moon enters into this area, I'll tell you guys what I feel is going on right now as the last transit, the end of the transit in Capricorn finishes, what the moon in Cancer means for your sign. So that will be on TikTok. It's just a good, or Twitter, daily-ish. I do a little bit on Twitter, and then I do a little bit on TikTok. So if you're really into astrology, that's the thing, guys. Just know that like the majority of people watch me for tarot, but if you're like an astrology fan, just know other people find astrology intimidating. I try to make it accessible, but it's hard for people. And so if you want astrology content, especially more technical stuff, it's those two platforms, a little bit of Instagram. I'm still figuring it out. Oh, you know, when I'm blabbing, I'm always forgetting something. The last thing I want to say is I'm really sorry, but I'm not going to finish those relationship compatibilities. That's why you guys saw the love readings come out. The reason for that is I'm switching my platforms around, and, you know, I just have to go where the energy flows, and I don't feel like it's beneficial to discuss those anymore, like this month. They'll come back next month, but the reason I'm doing it is I could chase the energy and try to finish it up and it will eat up all my time. And then the other things I'm trying to put together are also going to be impacted by my lack of energy or having spent it on this. So I'm just going to shift it around. Everybody's going to get a love reading, and then we'll focus on new content from there on in. It's just time to switch gears. Okay? So anyway, I hope you guys don't get too upset about that. I'm just trying to provide you guys like conscientious content. So not stuff for the sake of putting it out. When I feel, when I feel something's not working, then I'll pull back from it, and it's no shade to anyone, no, you know, even in that reading, I was using somebody else's spread, and I didn't meet, like, my friend's spread, and I have a very similar spread that I used a long time ago, and then we didn't know each other, and then I saw her content, and then I started using inadvertently her spread, and then I caught myself, so I messaged her and I apologized and everything's fine. But even that was kind of, that whole reading was blocking me a lot. So we're going to swipe it out of the way and then just focus on relative content that works, you know? But anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. I'm excited to do this reading. So we're going to take a look at who is this person? So we're going to do a little snooping. What do you need to understand about them? What do you need to know? Okay? So I have my ruby. This is a ruby, actually. A very beautiful ruby. I'll post, like, you know, because with my phone I can take closer pictures. Phones have better up-close quality. So watch my other platforms for it. So I hope you guys got quiet, so I hope I didn't offend you guys. But anyway, it's all for the greater good, you know? Let's just, this circus keeps going. Here we go. Okay, so first sign, Sag. So remember, you're watching for your sun, moon, and rising. And if you're a Sag, you know, watch for your sun, moon, and rising. Have someone in mind, sure. But if some other energy comes up, then definitely please, you know, just adjust it. Okay? So, hey, Sag, let's go. Hi, Emily. How's it going? Okay. Hi, everyone. I don't mean to single anyone out. Emily hasn't been around for a minute. And Paris. Hello. What did Crone say? Oh, not personal, collective. Oh, yeah, no, Crone, you can say whatever you want. You're the crone around here. Okay, so I'm in good spirits. I was in the forest today, scavenging the last November mushrooms, the hardy ones. Okay, so let's go, Sag. So we have the King of Wands, Sag, Leo, or Aries, secondary transits in fire. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune. So, and then we have the Ace of Pentacles. So what's apparent about the person is that they have a lot of money, that they're like very like uppity type of person. They might be a fire sign, and they just seem to be very like happy go lucky. They seem to be very lucky, like they have a lot of good things on the go. And money, like always money is around them. Okay? What's below the surface, I love this spread. And this is, yeah. So I just created this like a while ago, but I don't want to say, because then somebody's like, I made it 3 months ago. No, this is my spread. Okay? So below the surface, we have the Hermit, and we have the Four of Swords. So this person seems like they're very out in the world and very like uppity. Like they're not uppity, because uppity sounds bad. This person is out in the world and just like, I don't know, they're just like, hey man, how's it going? Like, hey, I don't know what to say. But below the surface, they're actually quite private, you know? They're quite reserved, and they need a lot of downtime. This person has gone through a lot, and they show light to others because they have gone through a lot of things. And the core energy of this, they're carrying a heavy burden. This person has gone through a lot. So I think you're dealing, Sag, with someone who a lot of people miss with regard to how serious they are about life or how serious they are about things. Okay, so here is the message we have. Let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. So I feel like, yeah, I just feel like, you know, with this person, you're going to sit around them a lot and you're going to have to wait until the right time, until they open up to you. So it's not going to be like someone who's like they are open, but they're not really open. Their openness is a smokescreen for the private life that they lead. And they probably are carrying some kind of heavy burden, some kind of like, you know, like either personal problems, dark memories, or just a lot of responsibilities they don't talk about. I feel like they're doing something, like when you don't see them, they're doing something, you know. They're I know everyone's doing something. I hope I'm explaining it well. So when you don't see them, they're like up to something, not in a bad way, but they're like helping someone, or they're trying to like, oh, here's a good example. So Nicolas Cage, right? I'm not a big movie fan, but you know, Nicolas Cage I thought was pretty cool. He starred in a lot of good movies for a while, and then suddenly he started starring in really bad movies. And he's kind of a king of wands, like, hey, hey, guns blazing, whatever. And so one day, this is what I found out. So allegedly, so Nicolas Cage, if I'm misrepresenting you, I'm sorry, I don't know. But this is a nice story. So it turns out that he had accumulated a debt somewhere, maybe taxes, something like that, of a lot of money. And he was defaulting on it. And guess what he started to do? He started starring in crappy movies and took every single role he could get to pay off that debt. And I was like, wow, like, I have respect for that. Like, this person that, like, he was humiliating himself. Some of these movies are horrible. Just watch his recent movies. Some of these movies have been horrible. And he's like, as an actor, somebody who puts all their money into their appearance and like how they're perceived, self-sacrificing in that way to own up to mistakes or misunderstandings that they got themselves into. This person might not be dealing with a financial issue, but there's like a skeleton in the closet that they're trying to work through, like Nicolas Cage. So it made me really like him, because it's like, that's a really honest thing to do, to like, you know, own up to your mistakes and pay for the consequences. I just thought that was really inspirational. Anyway, maybe no one else does. Scorpio, let's see. So remember, this is your sun, moon, and rising, Scorpio, and it's about someone in your life, you know? Scorpiana just showed up. Hey, girl. Okay. So it doesn't have to be love. It can be like any person. Remember, with my readings, it's love. It's a love reading. But if you're single like a Pringle, then you can just, you know, watch for a person. So, okay. So here's the surface. So this person, 10 of Wands, they're always saying they're busy. I'm so busy, girl. I'm so busy. So it's such a busy baby. And then we have the Ace of Cups. So this person, they really like to control the situation, Scorpio. And then we have the Four of Pentacles. So this person gives and takes a lot. So they show up in your life and then they're gone. And it's always like, I'm so busy. They use a lot of like, it's not excuses, you know, but that's their habit of being busy to avoid certain topics. So it's not about them not liking you. It's about them having this avoidant personality. That's really clear. And you kind of see it. You know, that's the surface interpretation. Below the surface, the Two of Swords. They're very bad at making decisions. And the Ace of Swords. They're trying to figure out how to say something to you or to others. They're finding the words. But I sense a very indecisive person, a person who's not confident about their decisions. Below the surface is the Fool. So they're getting ready for some kind of new beginning. They're getting ready for some kind of big breakthrough. But I feel like they're very indecisive. They're neither here nor there, but they really are in a bigger pattern of a new beginning in their life. They appear as though they're pulling back, but I think if you have reached out to someone and shown love, then it seems as though possibly this person is about to tell you about a new beginning. And I think that what you're seeing on the surface is them being cold and icing you out, but I think what's happening behind the scenes is change. And then we have past life relationship. You have known each other before, so there's definitely some kind of transformation that's happening in this situation. I feel like this person is this indecisiveness is karmic for them, where they probably made in a past life some kind of really bad choice, maybe that ended their life or something traumatic, and that's why they're very indecisive, because nothing else here is pointing out the fact, like, why are they so indecisive. But I think a change is coming. It's just they're gonna not ice, yeah, they're gonna ice you out. They're gonna be a little bit distant. And then I feel like what's happening for them inside is that they're figuring out what to say, or it's happening. At the core energy, we have the Fool. There's a change or transformation. So believe it or not, it might appear as though they're not really going in your direction. But I think that, you know, it's almost like when you have like the surface, sand, and underneath there's water. And then like you think that it's solid, but it's already fluid, or maybe ice, because it's Christmas time almost. Yay! But I feel like, yeah, there's what seems very solid and stable has a bunch of undercurrents underneath it, and they're much more fluid and changeable. Okay? Then we have Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Hi, Gemini. Let's take a look at your cards. So this is, you're thinking about someone, and if you're just not in love, then think about, just see who comes to mind when I'm doing this, okay? So we have the Knight of Wands, Sagittarius or Aries. So this person's coming and going, maybe a fire sign. Nine of Pentacles, they're really about money. And we have the Queen of Swords. I feel as though there could have been a disagreement about money with somebody, Gemini, and where you had to in some way assert yourself, and this person comes and goes. There could have been some kind of agreement between the two of you, and you essentially just were like, no way, Jose. Like, you just realized that was not... It's like, you know, the person who's always promising you to start a business with you for a very long time, and you're like, okay, but it's been 5 years. Like, when is this going to happen? This person's non-committal, and I think you figured it out that this person's not consistent enough to see their promises through with you. Then we have the Five of Swords below the surface. Okay, so this person has some kind of Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so I feel like this person's selfish, okay? And I feel like this person is, when you're trying to build something healthy with them, in their mind, they're trying to figure out, like, what can I do in this situation to get more for me? So they're a little shady. They're a little shady baby. And I feel like they, in some way, have this Five of Swords. They're just like, and that's what always trips you up, because you catch it, right? you don't see it all the time, but like you sense it's kind of like it's not adding up. And so this person turns to, like, when you're supposed to be working together, this person works for themselves. And I feel like that's below the surface. And so I feel like I think what you're going to pull out the Queen of Swords on them, which is like, no, I don't think so. And you're wondering why it keeps on falling apart. It's the person who's always like, yeah, let's do this together. I'm so stoked. I'm so ready for this. And then the follow through is just not there, right? What's going on is they're being paranoid and selfish in their mind and probably projecting onto you those things that they think like that. They think like that and then think that you think that way about them, right? And then we have the Ace of Rods. This person's constantly looking for a new beginning. It's a form of deflection. It's a form of deflection. It's a form of like, you know, people can be procrastinating by saying, even I do it a little bit of this, you know, oh, I'm going to go do this over here and then I'll see you guys later with that. That's like a struggle that I have with procrastination as well. Some of it is valid stuff I need to do, but some of it is actually me struggling with, you know, this doesn't feel right and whatever. So we tell ourselves these. The reason I'm sharing that with you is not to purge, but to let you know that I don't think this person's a villain. It's just like a normal thing people do. Some people do. We all have our struggles. And so I feel like this person sets the press. They want this exciting moment all the time. And the problem with that is that sparks don't last a very long time, right? Most sparks happen and then they're gone, you know? And so this person wants everything to be a spark in their life, but there's no follow through. And so you're dealing with someone who's just, I don't know, just sort of, I don't know, just, I think if you distance yourself from this person a little bit, I think they're not a write-off person, but I feel if you distance yourself, let them, they are a slave to their own narrative. So their narrative is sort of telling them how things go. And so give them the space to play that out. Don't get in the way of their carousel, right? Don't get in the way of their whatever's going on in their head, okay? I think I think that's a way to manage this relationship. Okay. And then let's see the card. We have soulmate. So this is a hard relationship for you, Gemini. This is your soulmate, and yet they are never thorough enough. They are never consistent enough. And it's hard, but you know, if they are your soulmate, if you're such a close friend or whatever, then I feel like people have shortcomings and you need to, if you want them, I think you like them overall. And so, or maybe even love them. And so you're going to have to figure out how to position yourself better so they're not hurting you. So you just do you and let them sort of do their thing. I really feel it's beyond them, or it's something they have to work through on their own. And so you don't want to like get in on that action. You know, they're going to have to figure out by themselves whatever they're figuring out. Okay, so next sign is Virgo. Hey Virgo, sun, moon, and rising. Let's take a look at your stuff. So the Leo card just turned over. Which Virgos are dealing with Leos? Let's see. Okay, so Virgo, you're thinking of someone, but if somebody else comes up, then just let it happen. Okay, so we have the Chariot. So you've been with somebody or around someone who had a big lesson to learn, and it appears as though they've learned a big life lesson. And I feel as though there's possibly distance between the two of you. Wow. Okay, Virgo. So somebody has like owned up to their stuff. They've learned their lesson. And I feel that, you know, this could be I was right energy, Virgo. This could be you in the right energy, or this is on the surface. or they're coming through in a very strong manner towards you, very like present and consistent. Let's see the next energy below the surface. We have the Eight of Cups. They have to let something go in the past below the surface, and the King of Pentacles. So you had a King of Pentacles around you, a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. It could be somebody else, or maybe this is you. And I feel like if this was a personal relationship, Virgo, they were really, really jealous of this person. And it affected how they were treating you. It could be a man or a woman. Or this is you, and they're like, for women, we have this talk once in a while about how intense women who do really well by themselves sort of have a hard time with men, right? Very intelligent women, women who are self-sufficient. Men don't like this energy, and Virgo's the King of Pentacles. So when ladies are like this, it intimidates the crap out of guys because they're comparing themselves to us, you know? And they're like, whoa, can I meet this energy at where it's at? Because for them, it's all about homosocial relationships. I was literally having this conversation with, I don't know if it's with you guys or with a client a couple days ago. And then we have the Devil on the bottom. Okay. So this person has, it really feels like internalized sexism. So like when people believe certain sexist values, or, you know, like the roles of women and men, then they suffer from that too. Men suffer from that as well, because when they expect certain things from women, then they get women who represent those messed up ideas, not the strong, healthy women that would make them ultimately happy, right? And so this dude in some way has some real, like, in the core, you know, issues about what women are and how they should relate to them, that they need to be the man of the house and, you know, whatever. And so that's what you're going to get here. But the point is that this person has a core value set that is somehow not, I think it's intimidated by things, Virgo. And then we have playfulness. So to recapture, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. So, but you also have to have a lesson here too, Virgo, and that is you need to like chill out with the King of Pentacles. That doesn't mean you can't be self-sufficient, but you have to sort of be accessible, right? Like you can't be the King of Pentacles, like so intense that you scare everybody off. And so at least if that's their perception, listen, you can be whoever you want to be, 100%. But the thing is, if you want to make things, you can be happy or you can be right? So it's not about changing yourself. It's about thinking about the other person and sort of becoming more accessible or easier to approach. That doesn't mean you need to change yourself, but it means like meet them at where they are. They're only men, you know, and they're limited in their abilities. Or if it's the other way around, then you have to, and if you're, listen, I don't know, if that, I made this very feministy sounding, but if you're a guy, Virgo, then you could be intimidating your partner and you need to tone it down. Because maybe there's like too much there, and that could be intimidating this person. So this person, I mean, everybody's sensitive. All people are sensitive, no matter what they say. People are scared and sensitive, and then we just put up a front. So, you know, we work through that, of course, and then there's moments of confidence. But, you know, it's our survival instinct. That's fear, and it's a healthy thing, but we also have to live with it. So when you're bringing all that boss energy, Virgo, whether you're a girl or a guy, I think that good things are coming, but there's also this thing. Ask yourself this. Does this person have a core belief that's sexist? Because if it's too much sexism, it's always going to sting, and it's always going to be like, you know, BS. So I don't know. It's very hard. I've been in that situation a few times, and it's like, no, like, I really liked people that but they had core beliefs that were limiting to me, and they weren't, they like felt that that was a part of them. I'm like, no, that's a construct, right? That's a belief system. And so I don't know. I don't know if I could be with somebody who thinks lower of women. So anyway, so here we go. We have the Capricorn energy next. Okay, so Capricorn. You came up in Virgo's reading. That could have been Capricorn too at the core. Okay, so Capricorn reading. Let's see. Put someone in your mind. If it's love, then it's love. And if it's just an acquaintance, then yes. So we have Fool. This is the surface. Very, very apparent that, and look how I'm picking just from the middle. This just came up too. And then we have the Queen of Wands. So with this person, it seems like a bright beginning, happiness, a glow up, you're feeling great, you're looking nice. It's a very, very nice vibe between the two of you. And then we have the Sun below the surface. Look at this, Capricorn. Why can't Virgo get this energy? Geez, Queen of Pentacles. So I think you've been, this could be your dude or this could be you or girl. But I feel like you've sort of tempered this relationship. You've been very careful with this relationship and went slow alongside of it. So it's been a very, like, temperate, like you haven't allowed things to unfold in an unhealthy way, right? And so from that fact that you've sort of controlled the exposure and all these different things, you're getting this really bright outcome. Very, very successful outcome. And then we have the Two of Swords. But the real reason why you've held back is indecision. So the real reason why you haven't been so gung-ho is there's an aspect to this that you're not sure about. There's some aspect to this that you are feeling questions about. And then we have codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. That's why you're so careful, because maybe you've been in a codependent relationship before, and so you don't want to, you know, when people say love bombing and narcissistic abuse, during codependent relationships, both partners love bomb each other because they're so excited that they met somebody. That's what codependent relationships are, is essentially love bombing and skimming over the fact that the relationship doesn't work for one or both people. Right? And so that, and people refuse to leave those relationships because they maybe are afraid that they will meet somebody else or other factors that are intimidating them from leaving. But I feel like, or they get addicted, you know, to it. But I feel like this isn't it, but I feel like you're affected by the fact that you've been in those before, Capricorn, that you've allowed things to continue when you shouldn't have. And so with this situation, you've been very careful and very unsure of yourself. But I think that things are going in the right direction, provided you go slow. It does say here that you may want to take a look at like codependent patterns, seeing if, do you like this person or are they actually causing you harm, and you're looking over that. Just things to ask yourself. But overall, this relationship looks like they like you a lot, and they're very serious. They see a new beginning. It's a very, very nice spread for Capricorn. So, hey girl, hey. So, if you guys are just joining us, I'm going to do a reading at the end for the thing that I talked about in astrology today. In other words, what is the big breakthrough that's coming? Okay, we have the Aries energy next, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Let's take a look at your energy. We have the Seven of Cups. So this is Venus in Scorpio. We have the Three of Swords. And then we have the King of Wands. Okay, so you and this person have avoided a heartbreaking conversation for a very long time. Something that one or both of you have felt towards this relationship. And I feel like there's been a lot of pushing it out of the way and talking about other things, or trying to avoid each other altogether. That's the Seven of Cups. And I think that now either one or both of you are more confident and feel more motivated. Let me know if this seems better. I think it looks better this way. But anyway, so I feel as though there's this energy here that now you're getting ready to face whatever conflict has been going on. Below the surface is the Four of Swords. So the issue that was such a hot button issue, sort of, how do you say, you let time cool it off. And so whatever was so hurtful in the situation, there was some time and room to let it breathe and let it sort of, you know, get less complicated. And then we have Five of Pentacles. So this is looking like you actually really need each other one way or another. And I feel this is below the surface. And so I feel as though it really looks to me as though you need each other, and despite the fact that there's some kind of broken heart, it feels like you need each other, that this person needs you, you know, but not in a codependent way. I was just talking about codependency, but that they actually, there's been some hurt, but there's, you know, the reality, the fact check of it all, I think that is that you need it. And then we have the Magician. So I feel like this person's going to put an effort into change. I feel like this person has good intentions towards you. I don't know what's happened between the two of you. If there's any sort of abuse, then of course I don't condone that. And I would not encourage you to go back to an abusive partner. But if it's been just an unfortunate series of conversations or something like that, then, you know, this person has very good intentions towards you. And then we have, it's safe for you to love. See, open your heart and give and receive the highest energy of all. So I feel like there's really good intentions from this person towards you. But there's always the saying, like, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. So be a little bit cognizant of that depending on your situation. You know if it's safe or not, you know, but it does feel like somebody's regretting that there's been a conflict and now they want to make it better. They want to make an amends. Okay, so that's number whatever, because it's Aries. Hi, Aries. And then let's move on. I'm kind of going slow. How do you guys like the speed of this? We did 6, so we're halfway through. Is that okay? Okay. So we have Cancer. I guess this is normal timing. But okay, Cancer. Hi guys. So you guys are under this gnarly transit right now. A lot's going to pop off or kind of come through in your life in a positive sense. So embrace it. We have the Seven of Pentacles, Seven of Wands. Okay. And then we have the Hermit. And then we have the Two of Cups. Okay. So regarding this person, I think that you have had moments in which you and they have not talked for a long time. So there's a lot of gaps in between. Is this really the way that I want this situation to be? Or is it going to be the same? Is this situation the same? Does this feel, is this going to be like it was before? Those kinds of things are happening, okay? But I think that what's apparent is that when you do connect, it's going to be very favorable. There's a really good loving energy here between the two of you, okay? Below the surface is the Five of Pentacles. You may have met this person when one or both of you were really struggling and you needed somebody. And so that's where the question arises. Do they still need me after they don't need someone anymore? You know, when you're like at summer camp and you meet someone who happens to go to your school, but you don't know that person from school, and you get along great at camp, you have fun, but then you go back to school and you're like, hey, wait a minute. Is this person gonna still like me now that we're around all of our friends and all that? That's the situation. And then we have the Ace of Wands. So I feel as though this person is looking for a valuable relationship, friendship, or anything else. They want people with whom, I think they're looking for people to complete their life, in the sense that they want people in their life more, people they can rely on. And they have a lot of energy. I think they're quite a generous person, actually, Cancer. So I'm not sure where it's going to evolve, but they have good intentions. At the core is the Eight of, this person works a lot. So this person works a lot, and I'm getting the feeling that this person's very, not lonely, but alone because of the way that they work, you know? So they work so much that they're alone, and so it's like a big question mark in their life, you know? They just don't really, for whatever reason, you know, sometimes, this is very true, sometimes people get married and, you know, in their 20s or whatever, and then they work a lot, and they're with their partner for 10 or 12 years, and then they go out of the relationship and they've been working and just with their partner and not much time to build out other relationships. So that's what I'm getting. Like, this person in some way is a bit alone by life circumstances, but not necessarily, you know, tragic ones. So yeah. Anyway, so let's take a look. Did I give you guys a card? I don't think I did. So here's this one. Release your ex. Your time has come to clear your energy. So release the past. Maybe you've had a relationship in between knowing them then and knowing them now. And now it's time for you to release this and, you know, just carry on in a good direction. So I think it's very friendly. This does leave me thinking, like, where is it going to go? There's still the question mark, but it's very favorable and it's safe for you to explore. So go and figure it out, okay? So, hi guys. So someone said, thanks for coming, Veroosh. This is a much needed distraction. That's why I'm doing it. Because I know it's really tough for many of you guys, and I don't want to make this a big political conversation. I did that on Instagram a couple days ago if you want to hear my real thoughts, but my thoughts are with you guys, and chin up, America, and really encourage. I really think that many of you guys should talk to your families and talk to your community. I know that it feels awkward, but I think you will be surprised how you're making an impact on other people's lives. And in talking, try to promote peace and compassion, trying to tell people to approach this situation with peace and compassion for other Americans, no matter where they come from or what they are. And I feel like if we at the grassroots level, which means individuals, you know, take it upon ourselves to build around us respect for our neighbors or people around us of different ethnicities, and if we actually do things to help each other of all ethnicities, that's a much easier way to address the current issues than just leaving it up to people who may not be invested in doing so to do it. It really comes down to that. If more people were more generous with each other, lent a helping hand, and just were more positive with each other to give of themselves, it really would help overall, and it would be a snowball effect in a positive direction. So that's just my 2 cents on that. That it's not, I think it's a good strategy. So I'm not trying to patronize anyone or talk down to anyone, but I think it's a really good strategy to talk to each other, and where kind of you guys are facing some potential violence and crazy energy. And so I feel like, you know, many of you guys are moms and stuff. So maybe talk to your kids, and don't be shy to talk to your neighbors and start that conversation and be like, I hate what's happening, and how can we work together to make this neighborhood better, and all of this stuff, right? So I just wish you guys all the best. That's my 10 cents or 2 cents about that. And I think, you know, it's awkward to talk about it because it's like, of course, Veroosh, we should do that, but why are we talking about all these other things and not this thing that actually would work? If more people were actually generous with each other and kind to each other and respected each other, then a lot of these problems would simply not exist, and we wouldn't be as controllable as we are right now by the oligarchs, right? Okay, so we have the Pisces energy. Okay, Pisces in the house. Can you tell? I got my Pisces on. Okay, so that's just, you know, I don't care if all of you guys are annoyed by what I just said. If like 5 of you guys do this with me and like take that on, and let's remind each other to keep doing that, because, you know, it's not stupid. It's actually the best way to do better than voting, you know, to actually do things in your environment that are constructive to building peace and harmony. So, okay, so Pisces, sun, moon, and rising. Let's do this. So we have a Knight of Wands, so this person's flighty. Then we have the King of Wands. There's a couple people involved in this situation. There's a part of this person that's super awesome and a part of this person that's kind of a dork, Pisces. So this person kind of dips out on you emotionally. It doesn't mean that they're cheating on you, but they could be playing video games. That's what came to mind. Or otherwise tuning out when kind of you need them around. So you never know if you're dealing with someone who's going to be mature or if somebody's going to be a dork. And the Knight of Wands, to me, in this position says that their immaturity is leaving the situation. So in the big scheme of things, I think things are getting better. You might be dealing with a Sagittarius. I feel like you're really drawn to someone, Pisces, like you really like them. You have these good feelings towards them. You think they're your soulmate, like very, very intense energy. But sometimes they like really disappoint you and you're like, why the heck, you know, why the heck is this person, you know, when they're supposed to be so generous, dipping on me and just leaving the scene. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles. This person has a status issue. This person really wants to be your partner. But they have issues to do with status and class and hierarchy. So they're like, they do a lot of weird things because they want to be in some totem pole of wealth and privilege. And it's immature thinking. That's all it is. They have to weed it out. If you're born, I had this problem when, like your friend Pisces, where I was in a very prejudiced and xenophobic, classist environment. Thankfully, my parents are definitely not like that. But I internalized so many expectations and opinions and just stuff from having grown up around people that forcefully put me into positions of, you know, like weird ambitions. That's how I think about it. Like, weird ambitions. And so, excuse me. And so essentially I feel like, and that takes, what I'm saying is it takes a long time to weed it out of your brain. Even now, I catch myself thinking certain classist things and I have to pull myself, like, don't think that way. Here is your insight, chemistry. There's a strong, see, you feel so close to each other, but this person's a bonehead. It's not, and when I say bonehead, I don't mean like they're just not, they're growing into themselves, and you're going to need a lot of patience, and over the years, it's going to get better, and you need to figure out how annoying it is, but I think you're going to stay with them. But the core thing is this, you know, maybe they were, I don't know, maybe they were ostracized and so now they overcompensate. Maybe they are, you know, overspending money. Maybe they are whatever, you know? So there's they're somehow, I don't know, just they're they're affected by the past and they make weird decisions, but that's conditioning from the past, right? So, okay. So thanks, Pisces. I'm not sure what you mean, Kathy. I think I didn't catch anybody saying anything weird. So, anyway. Okay, so here is the next message. We have Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Let's take a look at what's going on. Yeah, Scorpiana and Chandra are here. I think they're fine. I just think that's, yeah. It might be you guys, yeah. Oh yeah, I was like, who's in here? I'm like, yeah, Scorpiana and Chandra are here. There's no way somebody would be here causing any problems with them around. Hey girl, hey Anna. Okay, so now we have Aquarius. So we have the Page of Swords. Okay. And then we have the Devil, Mr. Devil. Again, and the Ace of Pentacles. This person, you already know this person's giving you a bad, you know, no King of Coins. You don't have to start something. It's fine. Okay, Aquarius, back to you. You know this person's bad news. You know this person's giving you some kind of shady deal. Unless they're a Capricorn, in which case they're giving you an immature offer. And then we have the Empress below. And then we have the High Priestess. There's women with this person that are in some way, you know, affecting this situation. So there are some women, could be a mother or mother figure. There's influences upon the person that you're dealing with below the surface. Here is the next, we have the Seven of Swords. I feel like this person's going to dip on you before you get the chance to even for anything to happen. And that's really true about a lot of shady people. They'll just like pop in to be shady, and then they'll be around in your life for a short time. Very rarely, well, no, bad things happen over a long period of time, but many, many bad situations, if you just take your time with them, they won't have the energy to stick around too long, right? And then we have playfulness. So I think you're having fun with it. I think you know what you're getting out of this person. There might be some superficial charm, but I think that you know. The only thing is these two women. Be very careful that they're not somehow, if there's something to lose in this situation, then be careful with this situation. Because there could be other people behind the scenes that are like the masterminds. Or at least giving them advice, you know? And this person could be getting gassed up by others. When I see other people in a situation, I'm like, be careful for whoever, whatever sign. Because it's like too many cooks in the kitchen, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, so we have Libra next, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Let's take a look at your sign. So we have the Nine of Pentacles. And then we have the Hierophant. And then we have the Eight of Swords, Libra. Okay, so the person you're dealing with, I think that, how do you say this? I think that you want to get closer to a certain person, but I don't think you know exactly how. I think that you in some way admire someone. I think that you see good things from them, but there's like, maybe they don't know how to approach you, or maybe you don't know how to approach them. But there's admiration there, and that's easy to see. Below we have the King of Pentacles, and we have the Page of Wands. There could be immature behaviors that this person does towards you as signs of affection. So they're a quite serious person, most likely, like the King of Pentacles. They have things locked down. But I feel like their behaviors towards you could be immature because they don't know how to approach you in a mature fashion. There's something between the two of you that's kind of wacky. And then we have the Six of Pentacles. So this person's extremely generous. I think this is going to work itself out, Libra. You're under some gnarly transits right now with that Capricorn square. And so I really feel like once that passes a little bit, so a month and a half, a month, then whatever kind of zgrzyt, it's a Polish word that I really like, but whatever kind of conflict's going on, you'll see your way through it. The answers are going to present themselves. Worth waiting for. Divine, so maybe not right now, Libra, but I think this person has a really good center. They might be a Taurus moon, but like, yeah, very generous, very nice energy. So, I don't know. So, anyway, speaking about the comment that I had, I want to share something with you guys since we're just kind of hanging out because of the big E word. So do you guys remember how a month ago there was someone who showed up and caused a big stir in one of our sessions? And they tried to, like, I don't know, slander me and, you know, catch us off guard. And one of the moderators figured it out, but it wasn't exactly what she just saw. Something was off, and it was someone who made a fake account. And it turned out, to, in my opinion, that it was a couple other creators that I'm not going to mention. But it's really interesting what happened over the last week, because those two creators that were behind that, so it was literally someone trying to, you know, catch me off guard, pull me into some conflict, and make me look bad, right? Because that's what they're defending, pick a card. So they're using pick a card, and they're trying to defend it by slandering me, right? To make me look bad, whatever. Guess what happened? Both of those creators had lives that went terrible. One had someone provoke them and they had a fight, and her stream was totally messed up through the whole thing. The other one went on her stream, and the one that doesn't really know astrology very well yet, and she tried to make like an underhanded comment about like TimeCaps, because it had something to do with TimeCaps, the original problem. And she was like being sneaky or backhanded about it. And guess what happened? Like, she completely lost her train of thought. The whole thing just was totally a mess. She logged off of one of them just completely. And it was just like, it's really interesting. Like, I wasn't wishing that for them at all, but it's really interesting how people that are scheming against you, how it becomes so apparent, and that just boomeranged right into them, you know, whatever they did. So I just wanted to share you guys that, because I thought that was so interesting. It just came to mind because that person came in and was saying that thing. I think it was probably a similar energy where somebody was trying to provoke, you know, discord or whatever. But like, it's so interesting because I was telling you, I posted on Instagram the Hamsa, the Eye of Horus, right? And so it's called the Nazar, actually, the evil eye block. And I was like, I wasn't doing that to be petty or like anything. I've been trying to deconstruct the energy. But the point is, like I don't think that them going through that is nowhere near to what they did to me. But it's really interesting how it showed it. And the other funny thing is, on TikTok, I did these Reiki sessions for seeing the truth in things. And whoa, did it show it. So maybe I'll do a Reiki session tonight for more stuff like this. But anyway, I just wanted to share you guys. It was like a paranormal experience or whatever. So I thought that was really cool. Okay. I don't really want to, yeah. I know you guys are defending me and I appreciate it, but you know, I just want what's mine and what's fair. I don't want any harm to other people. That's why messing with me is such a bad idea, because I really don't think bad thoughts of people, like in a like, I'll tell you guys can hear me pop off. I'll say my opinion about things, but it's always about relevant things. It's never about some tangential hatred of someone else. Anyway, so Leo, let's just, it's just a little story time. Hey girl, hey. We can do these. I used to get in trouble because I used to chat. That's my favorite live stream, kind of like being able to take a break and tell you guys a little story or show you guys a crystal. It was just such a nice scene before, you know, so easy. But then the corporations came in and they said, no, you guys gotta be robots. Okay, R2D2, domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. So anyway, I'm just kidding. Let's see. So we have the Queen of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, secondary transits in water. So this person comes at you with, you know, very loving energy, very open-hearted energy. And then we have the Hierophant, which is Taurus. And then we have the 10 of Wands. Okay, so I feel like with this person, it's a very deep connection, but there's a lot of stuff in the way, you know? There's a lot of stuff, you know, kind of in the way, weighing you down, just adding a lot of things, right? Here is the next message. We have the Page of Wands, and then we have the Hermit. So below the surface, this person is beginning something new in their life, and they need a lot of time alone to figure it out. Basically, your relationship, Leo, is getting busy, and I feel at the same time they're going to need more downtime to recluse and think about things and figure things out. The bottom energy is the Four of Swords, and so I feel like you need to, this relationship isn't flaky or bad. You just need to find space for them to have space to commit to something. Whatever they're committing their time to is very important to them. Going to grad school for something, you know, professionalizing for something. They need their space. They need their time commitment. And I feel like, yeah, they feel they need that commitment. And you need to be and it's worth it, Leo, trust me. Work with them on the heavy energy, you know, work with them on the intense energy. And then we have attraction. You don't know this person very well yet, or when you make those, you know, thank you, Halo. Thank you. But I feel like attraction. Okay, so we have this energy of you don't know this person very well, Leo, but I feel like it's really, how do you say it? I feel like you don't know much about them, but you're willing for some reason to invest time and energy in this relationship. I think it has to do with a profound conversation you guys have had. I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted by the really positive comments. Thanks, guys. You guys are spoiling me today. But I feel like there was a conversation between you and this person, Leo, that made you feel super committed and super attached and attracted and willing to put a lot of faith into something that isn't fully established yet. Okay? So whatever, like, just keep going. This is just a confirmation this person is good, and if you're willing to work around their busy schedule, or you're both busy schedules, I think there's a profound connection there that you should explore. Okay, so that's really nice. The other thing I have to say is TikTok has really helped me with these videos. I'm noticing that I'm much more like, it's good, so it's healthy. We have Taurus. I just feel like, because I can talk for days, as you guys know, but TikTok makes you aware that you're in a minute, you have to explain it. So I'm much more consistent with my messaging here, which I really like. So I'm just telling you my gratitude. You're like my gratitude journal today. Okay, so we have Taurus, new relationship, or a relationship, a spark of the heart. And then we have the Five of Wands. It's hard to accept. So you guys are having a hard time accepting your feelings. You're taking a second look at a situation together. I feel like there's an attraction there, but there were things in the way that made people doubt that this was a connection worth having. And I feel like you're giving it another chance. I feel like this person held back, so they may have iced you out, Taurus. And it caused delays. So I feel like this person, the uncomfortable nature, there was something uncomfortable about that situation that caused that person to withdraw, or a person to withdraw, and that caused delays. And then we have the Eight of Swords. Okay. This is saying that you should come back to this situation with new energy. So in some way resolving these issues with the same energy as you had in the past. I feel like it's like try to go around it in a different way, this problem. And I think that you're drawn to this person. You keep thinking about them despite the fact that there's a lot in the way that's not that, I don't know, complimentary. But the answer is go at it in a different way. Try fresh eyes at the situation. Okay, so we have, it's safe for you to love. Open your heart and give and receive the highest energy of all. So I think what this is really saying is the situation got awkward super fast. There was a spark and a connection, and someone shut down that caused delays, and now they don't know how to approach the situation in the right way. And the answer lies in, you know, just a new approach. You got to go take a walk and have some fresh air and fresh energy. Okay? So Anna, thank you so much for the super buck. That's very generous. Thank you, Team Virgo. That's very nice. Okay, so now maybe we can do a collective reading. So it's not going to be long, but I just want to do a reading for the moon in Cancer. Just a general collective message. Let's use the John Holland deck since we're all in our feeling. We're all in our feelings, huh? The moon. There we go. And the moon's not in, the moon's still in Gemini with the North Node. It's actually a nice transit for a reading. So let's see how they're doing with the election. When last time, at first it was like, let's see. I'm not going to tell you guys because I'm going to, no matter what I say, I'm going to upset someone. So let's just leave it at that. Okay. Very good point, King of Coins. Like your job. All right. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out, okay, I'm going to do a crazy spread. Okay. When I have, just because it's the big E word. Okay. So we have the Ace of Cups, new beginning. No, I'm not going to do, yeah. Yeah, I'll do that spread. Okay. So, okie dokie. Let's do it. So we have the Ace of Cups. We have the Hanged Man in the situation, around the situation, Hanged Man. And then we have the Balance card, the Devil card. We have the Two of Pentacles. And then we have the Tower. Okay. How many cards? Oh, I have one more card to put down. Shoot. See, that's why I said I'm not going to do it. But then I thought I had enough room. And now I'm... Hold on. This is a big-ass spread. You guys know this one. I've done it before on my channel. Okay. We're doing the best we can. Woo, woo. Okay. Big spreads. I miss those. Okay. Well, it's the season of big spreads, right? Okay. Oh, hey. There's the High Priestess. This is one of my favorite cards in the tarot. I love this card. Oh my goodness. So much. She's so lit. And that amethyst. Oh my goodness. Okay. So, guys, the world is telling you to open up your heart. I'm going to drag you guys a little bit. I'm sorry, but you deserve it. Okay, so the world is telling you to open up your heart a little bit. There's a lot of signs that new love is coming into your life, or new experiences around love. So if you're already in a relationship, your heart is going to learn new things, deeper in love. And it comes through your understanding. There's an understanding that is coming to you that is very delayed. So it's like a bottleneck. You've been waiting for the understanding of a situation for a very long time. And that it's like piece of information that has been outside of your ability. Like it hasn't been given to you yet. I feel as though women around you have been very, very helpful. And if you're dealing with a man, then they have been shut down. So they have been shut down emotionally. And I feel like your community is changing at this time. So look for new friends and allies. And in your family, something really, the word was catastrophic, but very transformative has happened, right? So... oh, it's one of my little American babies who showed up. I'm like Nanny from the Muppet Babies. Okay, so we have the Two of Pentacles. And so, oh, the Tower. So there's been a real shakedown within your family somehow. Something really changed fundamentally. And I would think about family in a broader sense rather than just immediate family. Okay? Then we have the Six of Cups. There's profound connections that support you, family connections. Those things are not changing. You're not alone. And then we have the Nine of Swords, but you have a predisposition to think negatively about this situation, like you are alone and like things will not work out. Then we have the Seven of Cups, and I think at this time it's also advisable that you do not make presumptive decisions or expectations about your life. So don't jump to conclusions, don't project into things, you know, just all that. And then we have the solar plexus. That's your core energy. It's time to put action behind all the feelings you're having. I'm sensing the fact that you've had a very passive experience until this time. Remember, this is the reading for the moon in Cancer that's happening right now and the significance of it. So right there. And that's under this energy of the four ruling planets, or four planets in rulership. That's the proper way of saying it. So it's time for action. The time to act is now. And then we have the Eight of Cups. Okay, so someone who is leaving your life will continue to leave your life. I'm telling you, there's going to be a little bit of dragging in this, a little bit of truth saying. So that person who has been growing in distance from you is continuing to go in that direction. But it's not necessarily, your world's changing very, very quickly. And yeah, very on a personal level, there's a big shift and transformation. And I feel like and I think you need to find the answers alone by yourself. Don't seek answers in the opinions of other people, or just, I think the answers lie in you. And then we have the Eight of Wands, or sorry, this is the Strength card. So too much abrupt action, try to avoid too much abrupt action and just like blurting things out at people. If you feel a certain way, just be careful of being like reactive at this time, especially to people who love you. They'll be very hurt by that. And you won't discourage them. They'll still love you, but it's not a time for you to just pop off at people. Then we have the Last Judgment. A big decision about a situation. I think you're waiting on someone else to make a big decision about a situation that's going to have a consequence on your life. And I feel like it's something that causes a lot of anxiety. So once that decision is made, there's going to be a relief from that. And then we have the Four of Cups. You're going to receive some kind of an offer from people of goodwill energy. I think that help is coming into your life, but don't try to figure out and project what that help is. Then we have the Ace of Wands. I feel like you'll begin something new at this time as well. And we have the Libra, the Justice card. I feel like you'll be made happy because things will be evened out for you much more. Some of the turbulence you've had in your life is part and parcel of being connected with people and situations who are no longer in alignment with you. So you've been sort of holding on to different situations that are not in alignment. And then we have the third eye chakra. Okay. You're going to have a powerful awareness about people and situations, especially around your family. And the Four of Swords. You're going to receive a lot of rest and peace in these circumstances. Truth is coming to the surface, you guys, in a very fast way. There's going to be transparency and insight about how things are and about what is going on. And I feel as though there's going to be concrete steps that you take towards practical physical outcomes. Your world around you is changing very fast. It's so creepy, the feeling, like it's super, like you guys know how I read. I'm like the reader that's like, I always say things so like passively, like, you know, kind of a little bit. This is not a time when I'm saying this. Something huge overhaul in around your family or around like your closest circles. Huge upheaval, transformation, and that in some way allows you to forge a new identity, almost a new identity. And I feel like it's time for you to act now towards a certain type of income towards a certain type of income. That's a slip. And I feel like there's things that you're afraid of, and until that decision is made, once that decision is, it's like you're afraid of the possibility of what would happen. You're afraid of the possibility of where things can go with something, but I only see positivity here. So I feel as though, although your fears are relevant because they're your fears, I do feel like nothing bad is coming of it. I don't feel so. This is going to be intense. This is going to be, something's happening around your family, big transformation, big shift. There's just going to be like a move around of things, change in direction. And it's good. It's good. It's freeing you up to be, you're going to need rest with this. And you're going to have to find your new identity on your own with it. That's very intense. You know, find your own truth, find your own message, find your own reason, find out who you are. In some way, I feel like you've not been living, you know, this is for whoever's watching, you've not been living so authentically. And it's not because you're like a liar or manipulator or something like that. It's because you've been in these agreements with other people that have held you back, and you and your life have changed, and you have not met that change yet with personal changes. So you're going to start dressing different, being different. You're just taking on new vibes. Okay? So yeah, pretty exciting energy. But remember, Ace of Cups, something big is coming to you guys. Something big, transformational. Remember, action is very important. Action, your action is a huge part of this. You taking the next step. Ooh. Well, this is a good one. So we should end on this, huh? I had a fun time hanging out with you guys, and thanks for understanding my little itsy bits. And I hope that you guys are doing okay, and I'll be back tomorrow so that we can decompress whatever happens with the E word tonight, right? And chances are we won't really know about it for a few days. So I'll be around, and I hope you guys will too. And, you know, protect yourselves if you're in certain big cities. Stay out of the way, and I wish you guys all the best with everything. Okay? I'll talk to you guys soon. Follow me on TikTok. Yay! Okay, I'll see you soon. Bye.